Hi, it's me, Simone. I'm using craft paper and my favorite Speedball products to block print my own table runner for an upcoming party. Let me show you how. What I love about this project is that it gives you the freedom to completely customize your tablescape in a relatively inexpensive way. Plus, if it's still in good shape after the party, you can save the paper and use it as gift wrap. Before we get started, I've listed all of my supplies here. Speedball also makes a few really great block printing kits. So if you're starting from scratch, it contains a lot of these items and is a really convenient way to get everything bundled together. All right, let's jump right in. I'm drawing my design in pencil on tracing paper. It's just a quick freehand sketch, but if that's not your jam, you can trace an existing design. Once you have your design, we're going to transfer it to our rubber block. This pink one that I'm using is a soft rubber from Speedball called Speedy Carve. It is my favorite. You're going to put your design pencil down on the block and run over it a few times with a flat edge. It's really important to hold the paper steady to get a clean transfer. I'm now using a craft knife to cut out my shape, making it a little easier to handle when you carve. Please watch your fingers. These tools are really sharp. And now we carve. So personally, I like to trace all of my lines first. I'm using the #1 blade in the Speedball Lino cutter set. I'm speeding up my video because otherwise we will be here forever, but take your time on this, especially if you are a beginner. The key to accurate carving is keeping your cuts slow and shallow. Now that we've carved all of our outlines, I'm going to switch to my #3 blade from the Speedball Lino cutter set. The #3 blade is going to make wider and deeper cuts as we remove a lot of the negative space in the design. This is a great project for beginners because you don't have to be super accurate when you're doing this carving. I'm purposefully making my cuts a little messy and missing some of the pieces as I carve away because I like the texture and dimension it's going to give my flower. And the big reveal, this step is not necessary, but I'm adding a little bit of contrast to my rubber so that I can get a better look at my carve. This is just a permanent ink pad that I'm using to dye the rubber. And now I'll use my craft knife again to cut out the final block and we are ready to start printing. Time to get the paper out. I am moving to the floor to get a little bit more space. Okay, squeeze a good line of your block printing ink out onto your rolling surface and start spreading it. Start with just a little bit at a time because you can slowly bring down more. You don't want to use too much and flood your design. Listen for that nice sticky ink sound. I suggest maybe a few practice prints as you figure out how much ink and pressure you're going to need to get the best pull. Again, though, the whole idea is that this is just an organic print. It's handmade, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I just eyeball it and repeat the process. I had some extra ink left over and I felt like we needed a fun little border, so I just painted on a striped edge. I'm using a water-soluble ink so it doesn't need to dry very long. And voila, there you have it, a custom block printed table runner that you made yourself. You can easily swap out a few supplies to block printing fabric, ink, and fabric to make a tablecloth, or use the same stamp to customize your invites or thank you notes to really tie everything together. Make sure you connect with me for more carving and crafting videos and show me what you make. Okay, bye.